This is Luis Almeida again, um, video number 2 regarding the chapter or the essay, chapter 41 in my teacher's book, How to Solve Life's Problems. Beyond the level of life. Now, I was talking about Gurdjieff. Gurdjieff was a mystic, lived during the early 20th century. I mean, he had a group. He was in Russia, and his group, there are Gurdjieff groups all over the world. And many of my students came from Gurdjieff groups because I think that there are limitations with these groups. They don't really get into the emotions, and they really don't understand what the mind is. Again, the mind is a thinking thing. It's the nature of the mind is to come to clarity and truth. There's another part of the mind that is passive, and it relies on memory. But to understand what I'm communicating, we must learn what it means to activate the thinking mind. So what I recommend is that you listen to these videos over and over. You might listen to it once and say, well, I understand. Not true. As I was saying, that we all live in a prison, and we build a wall around our prison to protect ourselves. We need to protect ourselves because life can be very, very is challenging and also dangerous. So you must learn how to navigate through life. Right now we have wars in the Middle East, in Israel and Pakistan, and Ukraine, Russia, and there are other problems all throughout the world. So, but we're not going to talk about those conflicts because the only conflict I'm going to speak about is a conflict within yourself. The prison we created is to protect ourselves from people may hurt us. There are people out there who want to take advantage of you. So you must strengthen your mind to deal with life. You don't have to be fearful of life, but you must learn how to navigate through life with a certain self-mastery. When you become a master of yourself, you become a master of life. You are no longer intimidated. You don't live in fear, but you are aware. You follow what is best for you, and you can avoid what is threatening. I'll give you an example. You might be a young lady, attractive young lady. You want to meet a young man because you want to have a relationship. So you go to a club with your friends, a bar. There might be some dancing there also. But there is a part of you, it's called intuition. A certain level of intuition says, be careful with that man. Don't let him in your space. Or you might see someone who's very attractive, and you're attracted to that man, but you have no idea about that person. So you must be in touch with your intuitive nature and say, I trust this man, or I do not trust this man, and follow your gut. Your gut is like a low level of intuition. Likewise, a man must find, when they look at men, as I, being a male, would go to a bar, and what was my purpose? To find a woman. And as a young man, the only thing I wanted was sex, and to have fun, and have drinks, and go out dancing, and go out to dinner, and things like that. But I wasn't ready for marriage. I was, say, 22 or 23 years old. But this work has literally changed my life. I was a young man when I met my teacher at the age of 30. I'm now 83, so you can do the math. I've been doing this work for over 50 years. And why do I do it? It's because I love it. It changed my life. I no longer live in fear. I live with a courageous nature. And I'm not afraid to say no. If I hurt your feelings, that's not my fault. That's your problem. If I say no, someone says, well, I want to have lunch with you. I said, well, I'll say, well, I would say no, I'm not interested. I'm not saying that directly, but I might find some reason not to have lunch with that person because that person is not say compatible to the way I think. All right, so I'm individual might not even ask me, but I'm just giving you an example. So courage will develop. Overcoming procrastination will develop. You'll want to tackle problems because problems, difficulties, issues, difficult problems we deal with. Most of the times we avoid problems. We don't want problems. But what are you want to do? What are you capable of? Solving problems, addressing those problems, not avoid problems, because problems are the material for your growth. Because you're forced to put in new effort to deal with the problems. And this is where Gurdjieff emphasizes our ego nature, our personality nature. You're going to be involved in problems. You cause problems with others, and others are going to cause problems with you. This is the nature. In relationships, problems come out. Life, if you're a participant in life, you're going to deal with problems. The idea is, though, how to deal with them in a way that strengthens you rather than you run from them. So your emotions are going to be the stepping stones to know about you. So there are many videos that I've produced. Take a look at them. They talk about the desire, pain, hate, and anger, these emotions. You must learn about them. But I'm going to get back to my teacher's book. The path of spiritual growth cannot be attempted successfully in this way. The desire for growth, true growth, must originate from the source in the individual, which he or she has very likely never worked with before, his or her essential nature. And this is what I will do. I'm going to help you discover your essential nature, your true intelligence, and that is your freedom. Your prison is your memory. And you built this great wall. It's almost like the wall in China, not quite that large, but I think you get the idea. You want to open up, create a pathway to this wall to be able to freely and lovingly communicate with others. But you must be wary or not fearful. Be concerned because not everybody wants you. Nobody wants to hear the truth. However, the truth must be within you. And this is what I'm going to work about the truth. How to come to clarity, how to become a master of yourself, a master of your emotions. Bye for now. I hope to hear from you. And also, look up my website, and you'll see what it down below. And hope to hear from you. And if you have a question, don't hesitate to email me your questions. Bye for now.